us a chance. Final game before we're in Raleigh, baby.
I'm 3-0 on the day, baby. Come at me. How you doing, Chance?
0-3, so I'm doing absolutely terrible, but we at least aligned picks for the final one, so like I'm hoping that means I'm attached to you and things are gonna go well, but I'm also not gonna say who I pick because I'm not biased.
Oh, I'm just gonna be like, let's go Boston into the hard point straight up. That's just to make sure the picks go well. That's not any sort of bias, keeping it strictly pro here in the final match of the day. Before we get to Raleigh, Neptune off to a sweet start in the kills, and Boston though, in that glorious green, are in the hard point.
Yeah, been a bit of a scumbag today, Miles, not gonna lie, but it's worked out pretty well. Hey, I said what I said, but if it's good enough for Big T, then it's a compliment for you.
Good stuff so far out of Boston. Breacher getting a very solid hold to start things off. The opening hard point here in Hotel, always a blinder. Arsties and Co on the left-hand side of the screen trying to get themselves over towards the right-hand side of the map. That's where P2 is. And so far, it looks like LAG in a position to easily pull the game back.
Well, I mean, hey, we'll get a decent look at it, right? It's actually the bottom side of the minimap break rather than the top side. I know a lot of teams like to try to jump out that back hole. So I think for the moment, maybe the double approach to the doors. Awakening maybe waiting for a kill to fall in his lap, but Neptune more patient. 4-1 start from the SMG.
Yeah. The front line as far forward as you can possibly be without being outside of the hard point. Here comes the wind-up hit from Boston. Two angles on the moment. They're waiting on number 4 to get in position. Zinni's going to get into trouble. That slows that angle down. 2 players left up. Who's got the clearance there? Nice work, LAG. Fighting from the back foot, and it's a good hold. Ook with another set of kills, 6 and 3 overall. Last man up on the point, Arsties. Oh, Vivid, out of nowhere. That's the break.
Yeah, all that work to try to have a decent little hold, and then Vivid with the 2-piece just to make things a little bit choppy, make it that much more difficult to actually collect the hill time. And nice little setup there from Methodz as well, and another big 2, LAG. For the most part, caught in the blender. Shooting back for the moment, but even then, I mean, 10 seconds left on the hill, and LAG have just been pinned down in the backs of Boston. You see the idea. The arrows on the minimap, just trying to keep them contained. Spawn up towards the middle of the map. Should be an easy rotation to the kitchen for Boston. Might have to be a little bit careful, though, because honestly, yeah, you see one spawn coming through over towards the plat. LAG should be here relatively quickly.
Yeah, they're not too far away from it, and it's going to be obvious enough where they're coming from. Again, the route that Boston took to get here tells you everything you need to know. Crazy shots at range there from the Vaznev. It's Neptune now on the outside. We've seen this time and time again. Here comes the hit on the kitchen. How efficient can you be in checking these corners and getting these kills? And so far, not great. Vivid stun timing perfectly. Here comes Souk, Deddy Pot right through the storage room. He's going to get Methodz at least. And it's 2 for Hook. And the nuke has yet to be disarmed. Ooh, we came close enough onto Nero as well. Final 20 seconds chance. Boston's still in the lead.
Yeah, and you got to be fast to try to, you know, fight for the scrap time over towards kitchen, but you're walking through those doors, you're just meeting nades and you're meeting Awakening, and that is never going to be a fun time. And Nero, in the meanwhile, he's going to be on a 5 spree. LAG, funnily enough, they have the bottom team KD in every single game mode. And, well, right now, they're actually slaying and still losing by 60. So I don't know what that means, but I know it's a good thing for Boston.
Yeah, so far, Boston is still retaining the lead. Control of the map now. LAG on the outskirts of the hard point now. Arstie's looking to pick up the pinch. Zinni, though, in the kill feed. Good work. Nero, fantastic bait and switch there. The trap was set. Hook, the last man up. The man in the kill feed from the majority of this game, and he's got himself 1 before being brought down. But Boston Breach retained this iron grip on Hotel.
Yeah, this is a worst case scenario. Like P2 was pretty solid for LAG until they got pinned in the back, trapped, and out rotated over towards kitchen, and then they lose rotation because Nero's going on a 5 and they're fighting for 15 seconds that they were never gonna get. So Boston, that beautiful green right now, gonna lock down that extra time, and I mean they will have more than a 100-point lead to the restaurant hill, where maybe someone like Chef Tony, maybe even just Nero, hook them up.
Nero, Arstie's good work. Finding these kills, holding down that position on the map. The restaurant's not going to be an easy hard point to get into. LAG, now's the time to bounce back. A perfect 60 here would be sweet. And as you can see, all angles covered. They know where Boston are coming from. Here comes the fight.
Yeah, you also see a Vivid just sprinting through the middle of the map with the dead silence. So I think Boston going to take their time. The right side arrows, maybe wait for the chow. So Nero dancing with it, but there's the fight coming through. It does get red, but this is the moment to actually jump on the hill.
Oh, wow.
Nero with 1 HP wins the gunfight, and the break is perfect.
Wow.
So getting the job done and right back to that 100-point lead that they wanted.
I mean, you could put that down to the aggression and just the timing of Vivid's hit. Turn enough heads. cause the trades to come through. You've got an opportunity to break back now if you're LAG. Two through the back door. Zinni's lining them up, getting the shots. Awakening there as well on the feed. It's a perfect hold. Boston, the next 20 seconds are all yours.
And hey, I said Chef Tony, cook him up in the restaurant or maybe just eating a little bit, right? Does go on the 5 spree and collects a little bit of that extra hill time. Now the break over towards the top left side of the mini-map. LAG, though, they have a couple different corners sort of post up in the back, so doesn't look particularly easy to break down. And Hook with a solid start. Vivid gets 2 to trade him out, but that's only the opening to start to approach this hill. Arcenies will be sitting inside.
Sitting, chilling. Nice angle. Takes care of Boston. Trades immediately. See how lethal Boston Breach's teamwork is right now. If you're damaged, you're dead. Them's the rules. Nothing gets untraded. Clean hard point for now. Vivid with enough clearance to get into it, and that's going to be time now ticking. He's got a couple of members of LAG around to work with, but so far the gunfight's a bit 50-50. Boston's still absolutely in control here. Chance, they are looking very strong.
I mean, again, you know, bottom KD overall in every single game mode right now for LAG. I think Spart has the lowest overall KD in the league, and I think the same might be said for Hardpoint. Those struggles are going to continue, and I don't think it'll be the biggest blowout of the year, but if this game continues at this pace, might be number 2. We'll see if Boston can keep it up.
Boston's still absolutely running the show. Nero dropped now to the bottom side of the hard point, so we go back to number 1. Smack bang in the middle of the hotel. We're all meeting up before dinner. First and foremost, trophies down. Oh dear. Kills there from Nep. Already, we're looking at the win here. This could be it. Last chance now for LAG.
That little victory lap, I think, more so than Boston rather than last chance. I mean, Nero's got a nice little 5 spree this game. Methodz has done it, and that looked like it was Vivid's turn for a brief moment. So taking turns, putting LAG in the blender, and I'd say again, I'd be 234 to 59. Not even close.
Nope, there's no sugarcoat in this one. It's a turd sandwich. And oh, Zinni, 6 now in a row. 20 seconds remain at the point, and so far, LAG, they've still got life in the lungs, and they're fighting for it. Rotation's not going to go too well, though. It could come to a close here. Zinni holding it down. There's number 7. Kills are there. Keep going. Stay alive. The clock is ticking. 5 seconds for the wins in. Still going. Finally dropped. Finally brought down, but rotation's there. It is Boston Breach all game long, and the scoreline may be nice, but it is only nice one-way round. Boston Breach absolutely battered LAG on hotel.
Absolutely. With their easiest win of the year that they've had, I don't even think the slang was like particularly crazy given the stat line. Like, it was plus 20. That's obviously, you know, drastic, but I think it wasn't just the slang that was a factor. It was just outplayed only from the jump. LAG, success on P2 the first time around, and other than that, they had absolutely nothing to offer Boston. And Boston, honestly, that is a pretty quick bounce back game after their most recent loss. And I mean, again, what more can you say? Roughly plus 20 in the kills column. Nice little sharing of the hill time amongst all 4 members. And again, for LAG, 3 of the bottom 5 KDs in the league overall. And this game is not going to help those stats.
Absolutely unbelievable. Wow. What a performance to start the series off. The last one of the day. Hotel, a blur after that one as Boston Breach in and out, strictly business. No questions asked, man. That was their map. There was nothing they could seemingly do wrong. Chance was trades were there, massive gunfight wins. If not for the efforts of Hook, who actually did put up a decent show, and he found some sweet kills now and then, a decent spree. But man, it was a quiet map.
It was definitely towards the start. I think partway through P2, where, like, you know, Hook was 12-8 or something like that, leading the lobby in slang. Neptune was also playing pretty well, and I had like the momentary thought of like, okay, maybe, like, you know, I see LAG as just like needing to sort of find their identity, and I'm like, all right, new meta. Maybe now that the Vastnev is going to be a little bit more free on the map, guys like Hook, Neptune can step up, and I mean, they did initially, and it just didn't make a single bit of difference in the scoreline. So I don't know, just a tough one at Hardpoint. I think they've only been able to get wins against London so far this year, and are now 2-4 maybe in the game mode. And I think they also have one of the lowest sort of points gains, I guess. I don't even know how to say it, like actual points captured when it comes to Hardpoint. So LAG, nice score, but definitely not the one that they want. So those Hardpoint struggles are going to continue. That being said, their S&D is showing quite a bit more promise, and obviously that's where we're going for map 2.
That is exactly where we're going after that crazy start to things. aBeZy, the Asylum, up next here in our series. So S&D is going to be the name of the game. As far as the bans go, Mikado for LAG and Hotel for Boston Breach. Breach were not up for the back-to-back Hotel gameplay, and frankly, not too many of us are. We've seen a lot of these repeat maps, Chance. Despite the fact we've got a decent or quite broad pool of maps to choose from. I mean, we had a Triple Fortress yesterday. Triple Fortress.
It's not particularly uncommon. I mean, it's kind of always been a theme, right? I don't even know when the last game was where we didn't see it that consistently. Maybe it's just like a what maps are in for control kind of situation of like if it's, you know, like, I have no idea. I have no opinions on this, Miles. Sure, map pool's decent. We'll see how it goes. Neptune, though, back in his chair. So I don't know, man. LSU, sure.
Yeah, sure. We'll see how it goes. Oh, well, either way. Either way, Search and Destroy is on its way. Boston Breach, calm, very much in control there on Hotel, and they should be feeling very confident going into this one. For a team that turned heads on day one with a massive upset over Atlanta FaZe to a little bit of ups and downs. And I love what we're seeing out of the standings as well. Everyone, or the majority of the league currently tied at 2-2 now. We are going to see a change here. Will Boston be able to go 3-1? Or will it be a 2-2 as well? We'll find out. But everyone looking good. I saw a comment, I think it might have been on Reddit, saying that the Boston Breach team looked like they're all just variants of one another. And that made me laugh out loud. That really did make me laugh out loud. We go back to the 4 box. Yeah, there you are. They're all just different variants. But of who? Are they all different variants of Vivid? Of Zin? Who had the beard first? Might be Big Wake, actually.
Methodz, just because he's actually, well, yeah, I mean, if Awakening wants it, we'll just give him that title. That's not a guy I'm trying to mess with. I also think we should rearrange the player cams, though, just to have it like in order of like smallest person to largest person. So maybe just swap things around or like slide everybody to the right and bump Nero up to the top left. So you got options with the variant situation. I will say, though, when it comes to Search and Destroy, Boston, sort of an unknown quantity. They're 3-0 on Bagger Fortress S&D, and then 0-1 on Embassy, and then they just haven't played either of the other 3 maps. So it'll be a completely fresh look for these guys on LSCO for map 2. And again, LAG, where there has not been a ton of promise in the hard point. The S&D, definitely a lot more life and a lot more potential in the game mode. Admittedly, still bottom S&D, KD in the league overall, so not a ton more promise, but I do think they'll be a threat.
Yeah, you can't ever write out a single team here in the league. All of these squads are capable of causing upsets. They're all capable of going on runs. As open and shut as it may seem, especially based on the stats we're looking at on screen there from Vivid, it is never over until it's over. LSELO, Search and Destroy, map number 2 on the beginning.
And also, I mean, you know, we kind of commented on this a little bit for our first series about a team like Vegas who like came into today at 0-3, just needed a little bit of that positivity, like going into Raleigh. Obviously, LAG already do have a win under their belt and a great win at that, but still in some of these maps, again, like a 250-69 scoreline is not ideal. So just looking for a little bit of something extra just to get some momentum going into the new event. So a great deal of attention to Los Angeles and see how they handle LSCO.
Placer was out here today teaching with that sniper rifle in the opening match of the day. Oh no, Zinny! Anthony. He makes up for it with a kill and a trade. 2v3. LAG with the man advantage and the bomb planted at A.
I mean, you say makes up for it for the kill. He also did kill sort of the most important person on his team in that situation. So he has to put in a little bit extra work. And Vivid, one of the most accurate players in the league, unfortunately misses there.
Ooh.
And yeah, Methodz cannot convert. So a team need to start it first blooding with a nade. I mean, I haven't seen that since AW champs, so not a situation you want to find too often.
I know, it wouldn't have been handy if you had Nero to work with in that round, potentially there to get the first blood, but Vivid caught out, flying towards the sort of rec room here on a CO. A solid bit of work there from LAG. Again, bomb planted, forces the hand of the other team. A wonderful start here on the Search and Destroy.
And so far, MVP of this LA squad would be Methodz again. First blood's ever important. I think actually one of the positive notes for LAG, they are actually incredibly efficient at converting first blood. So obviously if it gets handed to them, they are absolutely going to make good use of it. And Detons hasn't been popped yet. And Neptune just does not care. He will take money for free. And honestly, he's already in prime position. As soon as his teammates can dish out just a little bit of information, he's got the opportunity to pounce. But of course, if the bomb is leaning towards this direction, Hook's able to find that first blood. Neptune doesn't even need to make a play. His teammates are doing all the work.
Yeah, great work. 2v4. Oh, Nero, that timing. Oh my God, nearly. You got a lot of work to do here in this round. Nero with a bomb in hand as well. Dead Silence is almost ready. Get ready for it. Uh-oh. Hook's on the case. Here he comes. Dun, 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 dun. In from behind. Nero will not sniff this. Surely Hook knows something's up. Spots the top of his head. Nero definitely saw him there. Slight exchange Asties though. The hitman catches him out. Awakening now 1v4.
And Awakening actually popped that silence for this, so at least sneaky enough for the first, but he's got to be worried about getting shot in the front, shot in the back, shot in the side, naded, stunned, crossed up, ready to go. Perfect round right there from LAG. No fear of being aggressive. Again, Neptune just grinding S&D in the offseason with guys like Hook and Spark. Pays off there, getting the hyper-aggressive situations. The picks come through, sniffing out Nero, trying to go over towards the tower as well. Just pays off, and I mean, effectively 2 perfect rounds coming out from the Guerrillas.
Yeah, and you've got that advantage. The last thing you want to do is throw it away. You get Big Wake in a 1v4. Yeah, pounce as soon as you've got a clue as to where he is. And LAG were quite spread across the map there, so if you don't catch him in that small window you've got, he's out and about and he can isolate those fights. Things look a little different, but great work, LAG. 2-0.
Stun will slow him down for the first time because ordinarily, again, no fear of being lightning quick when the situation calls for it. Tough shot to hit and does not connect. Does have the information, and that's can't afford to miss that one. Yeah, I'll give you the first, but the second just a little bit too far off the mark, so not ideal, and Hook gets away with the freebie.
I know. I mean, it's tough. You don't get too many opportunities like that, and eventually, if you don't hit, you must have quit. Put that sniper away. And we're at the crouch convention here, and Hook and Nero are waiting for something, anything. Ants in both of their pants right now. Ah! No way. Hook, how did you do this? The king of the crouch. Incoming Methodz. Doors popped. The nuke rides out, finds one, 2v1 now. Vivid tagged up, soon to be bagged. Battle Harden's going to get him back into the fight ASAP. It's on Spartan Nep now to find something here. Sorted. 3-0.
Yeah, those are clean shots out of Vivid as well. So maybe just the jump shot costing there, and Spark absolutely beams him, downrange. Also for Vivid, maybe put away the sniper. It's always the interesting conversation of like when you pull it out, when you put it away. I know Clayster ended up timing things out perfectly on a LSCO this morning with the sniper rifle of as soon as he stopped having success, pulled out the TAC 56 and started getting bloods, and then as soon as he pulls out the sniper again, I mean, he gets an ace in that round. So he certainly had it on point. I'd say if you're missing shots like that from Vivid, maybe the moment of like, all right, let's just pull out a gun, try to get in the swing of things and get a kill on board.
Yo. Clean work from the Los Angeles Guerrillas so far. Everyone from Boston on the inside now of the warehouse of LSCO. Now, this is where things can go crazy right off the rip. It depends on who hits first. Zinni got money on his table, but kills on his mind. Luke's going to start the proceedings, and this should get things going quite fast. Here's the oh, okay, there you go. Trades out, and here are the moves towards the outside. Absolute chaos already, Chance.
And Hook in an interesting spot, and honestly, that makes it so much better. Vivid getting picked on the outside of the map by Arcides. I mean, this is just looking like it's set up to be potentially 4 rounds in a row, and LAG making plays as well, working as a unit on that bottom side of the map. And look, they've just all 3 swung together, and Awakening finds a kill, but all the crosses are covered. Boston just effectively in a pinch. Methodz is going to fall because Arcides is there. The teamwork on point, and Awakening, he does have dead silence pop, so he can afford to make moves. And for the first time, LAG have actually split, but I think Sparta's just moved too far away. And
oh! 1v1? It's never happening. You'll take that gunfight. Is it happening?
This might be happening.
This might be happening. This might be happening. 1v1.
Keeps the door open as well. Spart might have the angle to spot him out, though. Awakening.
Oh, he saw that.
And he moved the door as well. Yeah, Spart has to have the intel.
Oh, wait, does he have the gunny? Does he have the gunny? Awakening's already tagged him up. To the window! Oh. Big wake! That's a stinger. Well, it was inevitable for LAG to eventually lose a round, but for now, you'll take that from Big Wake. He had an opportunity to clutch the one before a second ago, and now he comes through on it. Boston back in it.
Yeah, I think Spartan knows he dropped the ball a little bit as well. I'm pretty sure he just crunched his feet a little bit, dropping down, making too much noise, and giving that intel that originally he had over towards Owakening, who obviously Vaznev, close quarters. Awakening win that 9 times out of 10.
Fair number. 3-1 though. No lead is safe, no lead is sacred here in MW2. Nastie's caught out. Enjoying himself towards the backside of the map. He's out for the round. As is Awakening, so Spart's sniper hits. 3v3.
And that doesn't completely open the B site because Methodz is wrapping back, but the bomb gets there first. The position is actually given away, though, that the bomb is on site, so Vivid is actually pretty quick to wrap back. If you go for this bomb plant, you might get jumped on instantly.
And he's expecting more movement on the inside here. Round the corner he goes, and Hook, the patience of a saint, who have not moved. There's something he's got to give. I think he spotted him.
Good reads.
2v2.
He's still patient. He just knows like Boston are going to feel forced just a little bit maybe to try and take him out. So he's really taking his time, but the position has been given away. And Hook's actually going to jump on that to potentially hunt down Methodz. And he gets back down and go for the bomb plant, but Neptune's not around. If Nero gets timing on this, this could be devastating, but no, at least the bomb gets planted by Hook.
You're never going to account for Nero's position here. It doesn't matter. Hook brought the gunny. Doesn't matter. 1v1. Can Hook secure it? He still has dead silence activated, as does Methodz now. It's a guessing game. It's a matter of timing. It's a matter of magic. And now, oh my God. The fates, their threads are spinning. Zinni from up high. Oh God, who gets it? What a round out of the nuke.
I mean, he delivers for the big 3. Patient on site with the bomb plant as well. Great reads the whole way around at 7-2. Hook absolutely delivering. I mean, again, he was doing his sort of Sunday best in the hard point early on, and obviously just make a difference towards the middle, let alone towards the end. But so far in Search and Destroy, I mean, that man is locked in, ready to go. And also just funny on the timing of all the dead silence plays. I think Nero couldn't move into the site because he did not have dead silence. Hook gets the freedom towards the end because he had the dead silence popped, and that he giveth and that he taketh away in Search and Destroy, but LAG taking full advantage.
What a mad one. 4-1. LAG tying this one up. Hook continues his reign of terror. Bomb dropped. Damage from the nade. Neptune's there to pick up the trade as well. And it's a 4v2, and this is magnificent work. LAG are soaring forward here on aBeZy. Big wait, there's a chance, and sadly a team kill coming through from Spark, so the only thing that could stop him here was his teammate. 3v1.
That's just the way it goes. Hook and Neptune, by the way, just making moves on the map. Incredibly aggressive almost every single round, and good reads, I think, from Spark, except for didn't hit a bullet on Methodz. Excuse me, hit a single bullet on Methodz, but Methodz will take that. I mean, 40 seconds is a decent chunk of time, and he will have dead silence if he wants to use it.
In a moment, there we go. He's going to want it. He's going to send it. Now an opportunity to maneuver. He could catch us. He's here. Absolutely catch him if he sees the gun barrel. No, oh my God, they're both looking the other way. Does he check the corner? Can't do it. Good stuff. LAG, once again, the search and destroy remains spectacular.
Super clean. I mean, nice setup as well. Neptune and RCDs covering each other's backs. That door being open just gives RCDs that perfect cover. First Blood's been on point. Incredibly efficient on LCO. And again, for the S&D record for Boston Breach, I mean, 3-1, but all 3 of those wins have been on Fortress. So not the most fun looking, not the most enjoyable experience for Boston thus far on the map. Obviously, game not over, but even just dealing with Hook does not seem like it's a fun time.
Pain in the arse, isn't it? And Vivid, despite, you know, the opportunities with Snipe, yet to get on the board in the kills department. Love this out of net. Awkward timing. Doesn't see the player. Didn't catch him. Now the awkward gunfight does get it behind the couch. No safety there as Neptune is feeling himself. Hyper aggressive. Extremely mobile gameplay.
And this should be a quick A plan as well. At least you got the bodies on side. 2 players down low. Neptune's still making moves. Has the dead silence pop. Gets the freedom. Jumping on everything. Y-wise as well. Yeah. If you got Daddy, you're a superhero. That man is going to fall by the hands of Hook, and Neptune does not care. Him and Hook did everything they could in map number 1. It did not make a difference. They continue that pace in map number 2, and it makes all the difference in the world. 2 maps in this series, neither remotely close.
Not even close. Not even close. We are tied up. The equalizer there on aBeZy. We'll have a little bit of a look back at some of the highlights, but rather Vivid, he could not get anything going there. Like bad luck, bit of bad timing.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dun. He joins a select few with the perfect 007. No assists, 400 damage though. But there we have it. An incredible series so far of Hook Chance. I mean, on Hotel Hardpoint, he was brilliant in the kills department, exciting stuff. But here there on aBeZy, the playmaker at the moment, 6-1. Blimey, governor. It's an absolute stomping. Hotel Control coming up next.
100%. And funnily enough, or at least for Control for LAG, 1-1 on this map. So they have had success. So definitely be on the lookout if Hook is shooting like this. And Neptune, again, making confident moves as well. Obviously going to be a threat. I think for Vivid, though, maybe the player you want to see step up. If he just got delivered his license to kill, it's best to use it for the map 3.
Well, he's got time to think about that in this commercial break. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, time to go to Hotel game number 3.
The Call of Duty Week is presented by the GMC Hummer EV Pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Boss and Breach, LAG, all squared up going into map number 3. We're going to be playing Control on Hotel. Now, Chance, how are we feeling going into this one? Obviously, both maps so far in the series have been a total blowout. One-sided to the extreme.
100%. And I think for this one is actually where I expect the opposite to happen, of actually to be pretty competitive. I think when it comes specifically to Hotel, obviously an incredibly small sample size, but I think neither team has been particularly strong on offense. LAG closer to 50-50. Boston, I don't think, have actually a single offensive win. They played it once, so like it is what it is. And then on the flip side, LAG haven't been particularly strong on defense. They've played it twice, 1-1. So it's not like we have enough data to truly know for sure. I think right now it's more about sort of the individual players. And again, Neptune and Hook, if your SMG duo are frying, then you're going to have a great deal of success. You will always have that pressure on the map. And I mean, Hook, it's rare that he blinks, and I don't remember the last time I've seen him in the past few years where he hasn't been completely dialed in and ready with his competitive mindset. So be on the lookout for him. And on the flip side for Vivid, again, license to kill. We'll see if he uses it for map 3.
Oh, you'd hope so. You'd hope so. Into Hotel we descend once again. Now, for the first map was anything to go off of. Again, Hardpoint, a different map, a different mode, but same map. You have to be leaning somewhat towards the performance we saw for Boston Breach. Just the understanding of the map, the timing, everything, you name it. It was all good. However, LAG, now's the time to turn things around in this series, especially in the respawn modes. Hook looking good so far, the 1.27. He's been the absolute heavy hitter for LAG thus far in the series. A little bit more of a well-rounded effort from Boston Breach, but let's see how the teamwork flows. LAG, defense first.
And 4-0 in first blows, by the way, for Search. I think Methodz might have stolen one of those from him, so might be a little bit angry about that, and maybe try to take Methodz down for the first blood of the Control, but it is actually Neptune on our screen. And I mean, hey, on defense, as long as you're over towards bedroom, you're feeling great. The coverage is perfect. And you get all the map control you want on defense. The exact situation LAG wanted to create. Getting stabbed, though, doesn't help.
Not at all. Hook's in. Two-piece. Vivid, once again, brought down. Wow. Dialed in, indeed. He tags Zinni as well. So Hook, a lot of information gained here on defense. Going to force Boston Breach over towards B.
Ooh, and that is not a fun situation when you're spawning in kitchen and actually having to wrap back around towards your spawn, maybe to work through couches. And if you're sort of put in that box, I don't know if it's really going to be fun to try and get out of. And now Boston players are just scattered everywhere on the map, but Hook ends up getting caught. So at least that A zone going to be opened up just a little bit. And you get those close spawns, stack that point right up, and we are back to the normal section of Hotel Control.
First segment gone. 31 seconds left. And I like this moves out of Boston. It's Vivid and Nero. Oh, they've crossed the map. They're trying to get over towards B to cause a bit of an issue. That's where Arstes is coming in. He's going to backpedal on defense here. Awakening cleans up mid. A should be done relatively soon. However, mid-map's been safe. So B's out all good now. You don't have to worry about that again if you're LAG. Back to the drawing board once again, though. Boston, are they trapped in chance? Hook's made it out all the way over towards glass.
Yeah, LAG have the at least ideal setup that they're looking for. You see Hook in the feed in glass making moves, and Nero's trying to work the full flank, but obviously not a lot of options that aren't being covered right now for LAG. Spart responsible for the flank. They'll have help of respawn. Arcides doesn't even entirely want to watch the back, so Spart has to make the reads. Does exactly that. Does get gunned, but Nero does that sometimes.
Yep, 1 minute left. Here we go. Nero still gunning. Over to B. We will see Boston make it. Stops the clock at 53 seconds now. And there's a possibility for a stack here. You still got to worry about those players. They've made it in the bar. Viv is cleaning up. But they're close enough now. Neptune from up top. Oh, he might be able to clean this out. Great timing on the Methodz. Second, not good enough, though. Awakening's going to be there. Now pressure onto the point. Boston still alive and kicking.
Oh, that's just great patience. And, well, now Hook's going to be pelted by every stun and nade. Good luck trying to cross out of this. And there's the stack you're looking for. 2 players trying to work their way through mid, and Hook just gets chopped. Wonderful patience there out of Boston Breach. You even saw it from Awakening's POV. Like Neptune and Hook, I think, were like taking turns being the guy's top bedroom, being behind enemy lines, and Awakening sitting inside the point, waiting for that chow to come through, and actually repositions and reflanks top bedroom from the point to clear out that man. So the only opportunity for anyone on LAG to make a play gets absolutely shut down, and
also just the pressure. Vivid and Nero keeping those vast nevs alive in the spawn of LAG, never allowing any firm setup to come through. So that's pretty much the ideal situation to create on offense.
Yeah, good stuff out of Boston Breach. Again, you're waiting for that perfect opportunity, but not only did they wait for it, they also made it happen themselves. Brilliant stuff. Defense now for Boston. LAG surging forward. And you've already got players in on towards restaurant side. Arsty's and who kills are there. You should be able to get on the point, and here we go. The slow capture of A.
Well, this is actually, I mean, pressure on both sides. I think B's where the action's at. Yeah, Methodz effectively was the last man standing over there. That is all the trophies in the world. Only a 2-man stack over towards B, but this is the more difficult point to get. So Boston having to flood out the doors, and LAG, they're hopping out of the point to watch these crosses. That is actually going to slow down the capture progress quite a bit.
Oh.
But it doesn't really give Boston too much of an option because they took 2 down just to kill Hook. You got Neptune in the same corner. And if that doesn't get read by Nero, which it does, but it doesn't matter for the gunfight, LAG, they're happy to slow cap this one.
The 2-man stack is just enough. There we go. B's gone. A difficult point to capture at the best of times. Now over towards the restaurant. You can see those green arrows of Boston Breach now flurrying across the map, trying to get that defensive setup. It's a 2-2 split right now for LAG. The 2-man behind enemy lines right now, Spartan Neptune. They are alone right now, but an opportunity for them to go huge is there. Hook's on the other side of the map as they battle their way in on towards the point, and this could be it.
You got trophies out as well. It's number 4, Nero.
Oh my
gets
God.
red,
They're in.
gets beamed. They're taken down. This is 3, maybe make it 4 men on the point. It's only Neptune being sort of that leading front, but even he doubles back just to stack it. This thing will fly.
It's going to fly. 3-man stack. This round is done. LAG, a masterclass on offense. Here we go. Every member of Boston's got to send their way in. Nero's the only man with a kill, and the round is done. Thank you. Good night. Be sure to tip your waitress there in the restaurant. GG's. What a round.
I think, honestly, Boston with the opening break made that a little bit easy for LAG, to be perfectly honest. It's sort of like an S&D opening break where they were sending 2 off the right side of the map, maybe trying to cut through mid or work the A zone if that's where the pressure was. But there's a player for LAG in the couches area to help with the mid pressure. So no flanks were ever able to come through. And I think after like 1 gunfight gets lost, Methodz was by himself on the back desks, responsible for fighting like 3 LAG players. So it's just really about the opening break. LAG took full advantage.
That was incredible. Great stuff. Now a hyper-aggressive opener here from Neptune, looking to catch these players in mid. There's a deadly crossfire there. Arsty's will be the man to get his name on the bill. Pressure on towards A. For Boston Breach now, the slow cap towards the restaurant. They did the similar looks last time round. Here comes the counter-attack from LAG. Damn, son, Neptune. It's a 6-spree.
That's a little bouncy 2-piece as well. So that is just going to sort of strip away the lives. Obviously, those players will be very quick to spawn back kitchen and right back in position. So more so looking for kills, making sure nothing crazy happens. LAG always having a player filtered in over towards top or bottom bedroom just to make sure there's no, sort of sneaky business coming through. Make sure you force those spawns into kitchen constantly. So LAG full control of the map and kills going their way as well.
Thieves versus Methodz. A close victory there from Zen. So now look, green arrows across the minimap. Make their way over towards B. They're going to have to fight their way through the spawn of those LAG players. Bottom right-hand side. Spark can't get any more out of this life. Can you keep these players on the outside of the hotel? That's what Zinni's trying to do. He's in trouble, though. Fully surrounded. The rest of his teammates, they've got to get past Hook. Slow and steady walk now across hotel. Big wins from the Nuke himself. Making noise, shutting doors, throwing people around. And this is a good defensive hold so far. You're running out of lives over on this side of the map, Boston.
I will say that is a big kill for Nero to get, though. He picks up 2 and makes sure he takes down Hook. So you've at least cleared out sort of your own spawn, but Spart able to fill in the exact same spot, and he's able to cross. It looks like he actually got hurt or spotted. Vivid's there, so hey, bedroom's clear out. You can work your way straight to the point. You win 1 set of gunfights, and honestly, you will be in prime position to get another offensive win.
Oh, good work watching the cross there. Vivid now on the point. Slow cat, just the 1 man at the moment. You got guns up everywhere. 1 more wave of kills for Boston. Take care of those members of LAG, then stack that point. This round's going to be done. Here comes the pressure. There's another kill. Here's a few more. Zinni's trying to do what he can to stay alive. LAG with the advantage. Oh my good God. Onto the point they fly. Arsty's wins a big one. Last man for Boston taken care of. Less than a minute to go.
Ooh, and Awakening let him cross as well, so that's sort of the ever-present problem. If anyone ever gets towards your bedroom or the bottom hall, you're not going to have a good time. So a nice little attempt, but Boston cannot convert. It's still maybe just a little bit on the struggle bus at 8 and 15. Funnily enough, last time when they had success on offense, it was the SMGs that got in the back and caused problems in your spawn. This time it's the main AR working with Vivid, but Boston, there's a lot of players here potentially for some spawn kills.
Yeah, 30 seconds though. You're running out of time. Boston with 10 lives left to throw at this. He's being real annoying right now, stopping those reinforcements, getting close to the point. You still have one more player to deal with. That's aBeZy's top bedroom. He is all cozy up there in his PJs. Second segment of B is nearly done. aBeZy can't get an eye on that player. He's having to commit. He gets it. Off the point for a moment. Here comes the double stack. Vivid Awakening. This should be the offensive round. Sorted, unless anyone can get there in time. Flying forward. Done. Boston breach. Win the offensive.
Yeah, I mean, RCs, if you're ever in a spot where you're having to fly out of top bedroom to actually get the kill, like, I mean, you're hoping you can get one, but you're just going to get traded unless Boston dropped the ball. So just good positioning on the block. I think they knew someone had to have been like top or bottom bedroom that entire time. So just the positioning that player was in on the hill to sort of draw aBeZy's out as soon as that trades come through. Again, there was already enough pressure on the actual segment progression that Boston made that look kind of easy towards the end. I mean, just clean work. Methodz making plays in their spawn and taking care of business. 3 offensive rounds in a row.
Force spree for Awakening. You might be able to pick up a couple more here. Neptune somehow dodges that nade damage. I never know. Straight into Vivid he goes. Woof, good shots, but aBeZy's big man in the AR world. Trades are there, picking them up. Going to dive on towards A for now. It's not going to be that many players there on position to stack this point, but slow and steady cap nonetheless. Clock stopped, 107.
Good timing. No dead silence popped in. I don't know if that was awareness or if he got heard, but he got dropped in Nero. Well, now it's just freedom time. Pop the dead silence. He can move around the map, and funnily enough, it's like dead center spawns coming in from LAG, which honestly maybe gives them options, but it looks like Boston have everything covered. Somehow that stun didn't hit Vivid. Yeah, that'll be a nice little 2.
I couldn't tell you why that stun didn't hurt him. I could not, but it's a sweet 2. Methodz locking down B. The rest of the team's going to make their way forward here. Back over towards the A capture. We go towards the top side of the map. Zinni's trying to keep these players at bay here, and it's Spark, who's going toe-to-toe now with 3 members of Boston Breach. He bought some time, but not enough. Neptune now with the kills looking towards the back line of the Boston Breach spawn. We've nearly finished A.
There's quite a bit of pressure on Methodz to win the gunfight as well, but Neptune doesn't make it difficult for him. So the man that was behind enemy lines that could have caused confusion basically just trades himself out. And now aBeZy is in position, but I mean, all this pressure over on the kitchen side of the map. That's a moment where if Neptune just waits for aBeZy just a little bit, maybe they can make plays, but now aBeZy's by his lonesome. I mean, he's wrapping back through like blue to sort of help his team. So, oh man, LAG, I mean, they're having problems capturing A. Finally, they're going to be able to get it, but never able to clear out bedroom, and you already see 2 of those green arrows for Boston. That's who you have to clear out.
Cleanups now from aBeZy's. Whoa, can't get Nero though. He has been on an absolute tear in the 1v1 fights on this map. He's got dead silence activated as well, so can make as much movement as he wants over here. Spark, what a win. Fantastic shots at close range there with attack 56. Nero's now completely pinned down, suppressed now, done, stacks on. 2 members now from LAG, make it 3. You could see all 4 potentially. aBeZy's got the middle of the map covered, finding the kills. This round is done. We should be going to a final round in a matter of moments. I don't think anyone's in position to stop it, and they aren't. Another stupendous offensive round.
Yeah, Spark's a little bit beamy there towards the end as well. Even Fry's Awakening over towards couches, and I mean, this is nothing but the offensive rounds, man. 4 in a row. Even aBeZy's making plays. I'm thinking he's like towards the back of the map, just sort of in a bit of a rough spot. But I mean, he wrap backs towards mid, gets an extra kill, clears out Methodz, who is peeking sort of from the stairwell there. And I mean, that's just the clean work. As soon as you get rid of those guys in bedroom, it makes it that much easier. You win the gunfights up front. So the offensive shootout in sort of a weird situation where it's kind of tough. Like if you're having success on the map, it's kind of tough to pull offense for the final round.
This is going to be an interesting one for sure. Final round. Here to take the lead in the series. 3-1 split for Boston on offense. that, Hook. Did you win the fight? I kiss ya. No kisses for you, Hook. One man down a piece, stacking over towards A, and this shouldn't be a problem. Chance back to square one.
Flank is red as well. Yeah, Vivid. I mean, he was going for the check on that pretty consistently. So no funny business here. Boston keeping things in control, at least towards that A zone. LAG, of course, you got players spread all across the map.
All right, Boston 2 segments down. Starting to find those kills across map. Perfect time to now dive in with a listen in. Boston breach.
Okay. Let's get tap in.
Okay, and that puts backstairs.
Hold on, please. Who gets or who gets
back broken hole, Alec.
Alright, back broken hole.
So there. Coming in though, coming in the hole.
Top it, I'm listening.
Stun me. Broken hole, one shot, Alec. He's on the statue. Statue weak, Alec.
Door on left. Big door on me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll try and go in again.
One shot, one shot.
Come on, top end.
Line weak out.
The internet kills.
He's in restaurant.
One couch is one side bed.
Okay. I spawned back flat.
Kitchen.
Like top bed, top bed,
I'm pretty sure.
Nep still.
Still bed somewhere.
Yeah, you be bottom bed on me.
He's on bottom, I'll see him bottom middle.
Spawning spot, guys.
Did he be long?
You be long.
March on my long.
Backstep. Yeah, you shoot
Big door, got us. He shoots from long, guys.
Long guy.
Big door,
Take your time, you spawn here.
They're shaking.
Up in mid here.
They're in a bad spot. They're in a weak.
Pitch mid.
One cell spot.
Absolute. We're coming.
Let's get spot. They're not out.
He's absolutely.
No. He can get out.
I need a shot. He's right there.
I got mid. You can fly. I got mid.
I saw.
After furnace. Big furnace.
Spot.
What's that called? Watch out left there.
I have spot. They go up.
Spot weak, Kyler.
I got Joe. We charge you.
There's three.
Oh my god, it was close, Chance. A couple of gunfights, a couple of sweet nades, and no trophies for Boston. Could have been a different look by now. We'd be finished.
Yeah, kind of impressive that they weren't able to get that. So LAG put themselves in a bad spot. They won 0 of the gunfights when they had players in bedrooms. Sort of got walked on, but clutch up and win the difficult one. So down but not out. 55 seconds for Boston to try to orchestrate something. Nero trying to figure out if you can actually wallbang that thing. You cannot, but he's going to get the kill anyway. That is the first 2 down. Awakening tries to make a bit of a hero play. Methodz there for the trade, and now you're right back to the point. LAG never able to get behind you. They've been getting cut off the entire way. They got to flood through the front, but they win the gunfight again. This is not easy, for LAG to pull this off, but so far they're getting it done.
They're finding a way. And Awakening, they're trying to get these kills. Oh man, the presence on the map is lost. Neptune set himself up in the corner. He's got perfect coverage. Hook's got the front. 20 seconds left. 8 lives remaining. I'm not even sure he can get across map in time. Vivid has been snuffed out on the back line. That should be it. That should be the map. One last hit now for Methodz. And it's done. That is going to be it. Nero can't make it across map in time. What a hold. Los Angeles Guerrillas. It was a valiant dive, quite literally into the point, but not enough. LAG take the lead in the series.
I get the first defensive win as well in a very difficult spot. I mean, repeatedly. I mean, there's a lot of moments where if you get stuck in the back spawn and the players stack the point, you're just forced to flood through like 2 doors. Or even if you have the time, if you like get the spawn to flank through mid, it's kind of easy gunfights for the guys in the hill to make happen. But I know initially there was a precision that came through the bot LAG, a little bit of time to work with, and a bunch of little things like that ended up piling up and going a long way that they could secure that round on defense. And RCD's main factor why 20 kills on the defensive side, 32 overall, 4K damage as well. Maybe we were giving Hook and Neptune a little bit too much love early on, because this time it was the ARs that stepped up for LAG.
Yep, about time. Control on Hotel comes to an end. 3-2, the final score there. LAG take the lead in the series. A day of first, or actually a weekend of first chance. Our first reverse sweep in the MW2 season. We give that one to the New York Subliners over Boston Breach. And now the first donut of the year. I forgot about this one. Tim in stats giving us the info there that the very first donut goes to Vivid. So nom nom, mate, from that last one. And what more madness lies in wait for us throughout this series. We will be going to a HyDra hardpoint, which I know you're looking forward to.
It's going to be a great time. And I think, funnily enough, for LAG, this is actually a map that, I mean, only played it once, but had a great deal of success on. So I think LAG, obviously happy to be 2-1 up, happy potentially to go into HyDra as well. And
I know there is going to be a lot of swimming. We'll see if Boston are prepared for it. And maybe Vivid, honestly, might be my continued player to watch, because had a bit of a tough one. Nearly popped off towards the end. Like, he was the guy that went on like a 4 or 5 spree to actually help get those 2 initial segments, but then there's none of the gunfights getting won after the fact. Massive 2 right there from Hook, who ends up getting behind enemy lines. And I mean, again, LAG, when the going got tough, they absolutely clutched up in control.
They got going. There we go. LAG with the lead in the series. I think to many, a bit of a surprise given the looks of the first hard point we saw. 250-69, 6-1 on Search and Destroy. And Chance, your prediction, absolutely perfect. The hotel would be absolutely as close as it possibly could. A nail biter there towards the end. HyDra hard point. What happens here? Is this the immediate bounce back? And the old boo from Boston Breach to force the game 5. Who knows? That Fortress Search and Destroy, it is looking at us dead in the eyes. And I tell you what, I won't be too surprised if we have to go there, my friend.
It's kind of tough to call, to be honest. I feel like Boston's been a team where, like, even in that control, there's a lot of moments where it's just solo child after solo child, a lot of hero plays in the attempt to get made. And there's moments where they, like, when they coordinate, things go well. When they're in those sort of solo child sort of mindset, if they're not popping off, which honestly, so far this year, they have been prone to do, they're not having a great deal of success. So that might be the name of the game. Sort of those like pop-off plays, pop-off moments. I mean, all 4 of these players have delivered so far this year. Even literally in just map 1, all 4 players were taking turns, you know, letting the spotlight shine on them, so to speak. But I don't know. It is obviously a tough spot. And I mean, you see the looks on their faces, a little bit down, a little bit dejected, and maybe just waiting to get into that HyDra.
This is funny. I mean, you couldn't tell which team's up in this series right now. There is a tremendous amount of nervous tension across all 8 of our player cams. You got no idea where this series is going. And again, we are trying to set the seeds for the Raleigh Major coming up next weekend. For those of you who are going to be there, can't wait. It's going to be one hell of a show. Looking forward to putting on the biggest Call of Duty League show I think we will have done thus far since its inception in 2020. But it's going to be an absolute treat. And these players want to be going in the best possible seed as possible.
Absolutely.
Possibly.
As the more possibles you get in there, the better. And it is possible for this next HyDra that, again, LAG, as far as their like map success goes in hardpoint, again, they have like the lowest average like points scored in hardpoint across all maps. But HyDra was the one where they popped off and got like a 250 to 120 win. So if there's any indication that, again, their hardpoint hasn't been super strong, this map might be sort of the sleeper pick for the team. Again, I'm quite literally working off the stats from a single map, so who the hell knows? And on the flip side for Boston, 1-1 record to much more competitive games that they had on it. So we shall see, but I'd say for the moment, LAG, I mean, again, RCD's popped off last game. Spart was putting in some work as well. And the SMG duo, obviously when they needed to. In map 1, and especially so in map number 2, the aggression was there. So I think across the board, the guns have been a little bit hotter for LAG. It's just the fact that it's HP that's a little bit scary.
Oh yeah, 250 to 69 the first time we saw these 2 teams play the hard point, and already a nice kill and a great read from Nero. Over towards the hard point though, go LAG. Who's that swimming down low? Neptune, living up to the name.
See if he can. Ooh, wow, yeah, no, he can make something happen. I was gonna say Vivid actually had a snappy little read right there on the potential for the water route, and I think Neptune still alive. You have to be aware. Someone's got to stop this man before the spawn flips out, and I think Owakening gets the kill just in time to make sure Vivid doesn't end up spawning out in that moment. So solid opening break eventually as the swimmers are making moves.
Yeah, I mean, Neptune, you had to get him on dry land to really take care of him, but if he's underwater, he's got an extra HP. I don't know. Zin's bridge run comes to a close. Big tags out of Spark to keep Vivid at bay there. And for now, you've still got Boston Breach on the hard point. You've trapped the Los Angeles Guerrillas on this side of the map. So the new hard point coming up on the right-hand side. No hope in hell of them getting across unless the water route.
Who's going to try? I got to say, nice stun coming in from Vivid, or at least that helped him out for the gunfight. And funnily enough, number 3 Owakening is technically reading this. Like, he has been turned around this entire time, potentially with the expectation that a long route is going to be taken. And the long route is actually coming through, but LAG, they've got the full swarm. So now that players spawning out, you have to know to watch your back. Vivid's going to try, but it's forcing Owakening to make the trades, and eventually he gets taken down as well. Just like that, the water routes deliver. LAG break.
Yeah, you get the break not too late. Still 20 seconds to be had here. If you get it, Asim. There you go, mate. Thank you. Oh, no. That stuns. Front line still pushing forward. Boston Breach not willing to let this one go. Sneaky Neptune has once again made his way across maps. We'll see if that comes into play in a mo. He's looking to set his boys up for next. Top left-hand side of the minimap, next hard point, all Boston so far.
Yeah, Neptune gets baited out a little bit. I think he had a player weak that crossed in the building next to him, so he goes out for the chow but gets traded. And little moment like that makes the run for Boston on the rotation that much easier. You got deep routes being taken. You got water routes potentially be taken on the top side of the map. And LAG get the first 2 entries. And look at that. That draws the attention of the Boston arrows straight ahead. So who will be here on the flank? Your teammates spawn out, so you know someone's in a back, though. And the comms right there for Boston to tell Methodz what the situation was on point. Now the question is, do they read the back spawns again?
He's back.
They do not read these back spawns at all.
Their arrows are all over the place. They're looking the wrong direction. Is this going to be enough though to get somebody get into dry land? Somebody get into the fight. Not a lot of hard point time gained here from anyone. Big snaps from Hook. He's in. It's a 2. Kill number 3 on the approach here. Good stuff. And again, next hard point's up. And it's a weird one. LAG, the right plays there. The mindset is there to try to get towards these new hard points. But it just feels like every time they get there, there's always 3 members of Boston Breach. Every single time.
And it's not the most extreme we've ever seen in Call of Duty of like you actually don't want the back spawns on a given hill because then you have to hike across the map. But this is a decent example of it right here. Of it's not always ideal for the back spawns on the old hill because of how much like work you have to put in just to keep players outside of the hill over towards new. Vivid finds a big 2-piece. Hook has been pinned down and Breach right back inside the hill. And that is a tough gunfight to win. He delivers, but doesn't make too big of a difference because no one else for LAG close enough for the trades.
Hook is having a game, as is Nero. The Cliff Runner. He's keeping them at bay on this side of the map, no problem. Hard point still in the hands of Boston Breach, and they are starting to slowly build that lead up. With this one, we might be, there we go, spotting a player out from behind. Big tags once again, kills all over the shop. 100 points pass for Boston Breach.
Yeah, they are just scratching at another dominant hardpoint victory, but maybe a moment for LAG to get back in the swing of things. This hasn't been like nearly as clinical as the hotel. At least it doesn't feel that way in a situation where you know when the comms LAG are just saying, hey, here we are right back in the game, and certainly they have the pressure on. They got the ARs posted up exactly where they want them. Nice little corner for RCDs. They got all the cuts that they need.
Nasties. Wow, Awakening on the approach. Just Nero as well. You've punched a hole right through the LAG defense. It's not enough to get on the point though. Neptune holds down the hard point for now. No probs. 20 plus seconds remaining on this one. Every second essential for LAG.
And getting most of them. I mean, maybe a moment or two where there was a little bit of contest time for Boston, and they'll be trying to fight for those final 15. And it looks like Hoop does get spotted on the flank, and the final 15 at least get fought over for Boston just a little bit. So interesting fight over towards Scrap, but Nero right there is the main man, making sure no flanks come through. You keep those right side spawns, and as P1 does spawn up, Boston right there, they will be there first. And Nero making incredibly aggressive plays on the map. That is just annoying to deal with.
I know it's hard to keep the grasp of most of these players on the map. Hoop once again well submerged. He's gonna be able to take care of Methodz here. Ooh, good work. Trade out. They'll be sleeping with the fishes now. Hardpoint open. Should be able to dive in this one. 35 seconds remaining on it. Trophy's gonna be there. That all helps. Wow, a lot of exchange all over the map.
RCD's barely getting away. 6 HP is what he got reduced to, but LAG, obviously 22 seconds they're going to be looking to get. No one's hopped in the water for a route just yet, so looks like Boston will definitely be on point for their rotation in a clean fort like that. Methodz and Vivid just gunning them down, and that honestly makes this rotation that much easier. It is going to take a very long time for the LAG players to get there, especially if Vivid's just going to be screaming, I killed the only 2 coming on the right side. They have to be left, check the water, check the deep routes. And RC able to pick up a kill. He gets traded. LAG just getting pinned on the left side of the map.
There's no hope. They are being read at nearly every opportunity so far. 150 and climbing now for Boston Breach. P2 firmly in their grasp. Here comes the hit though. Neptune's managed to get the contest. Break. Nades are there. Big wake once again. 17-10. Maintaining control. Now the front line being pushed forward. The rotations on their mind as well with 30 seconds out. Boston, if Nero wins that fight, he's going to drive all the way through to the next hard point.
Unfortunately for him, not able to win it, but fortunately for Boston, still in firm control of this hill, and maybe Neptune trying to make a solo challenge. And Mixing, Neptune delivers with 3, gets it done by himself. And you talk about a moment like that LAG so desperately need, and all of that work from Neptune just for his team to end up getting picked apart as Boston now trying to make moves over towards the new hill.
Choosing the other foot now, though. Great spawns for LAG. They're going to hold this point down as best they can. Guns up, lads. Here they come from the front. Tags at range. Hook's going to be the man on the inside. Vivid, front door. No damage done just yet. Good timing. Knows these players are upstairs. This is solid awareness out of LAG, and they're still accumulating time. Got to do your homework, though. Know where these players are coming from and act on it. Good stuff once again. Nero in through the back. Manages to catch one. LAG, clean house for now. You've spawned them at the back.
Yeah, they're actually much quicker to read this as well, so much more on point. Gotta get above the water before you throw the Semtex, so RCD's floats his way up to the top to get that one out, and yeah, smart over top, and I mean, this is perfect. This is beautiful. You're even getting kills on the bottom side of the map. Number 7. So we talked about it the last go around about, like, if you get is a good thing, and this is truly LAG's moment to get right back in this game.
An incredible turn of events, a wonderful shift in the momentum in the game right now. LAG, you nabbed so much time there. Now back over towards the trail, and again, a very, very important turning point. Can they capitalize on this hill? Defensive Deddy from all across the board towards the top side of the map now. You've managed to pin him in, and Hook's set up for next as well. He's looking to hold on to this part of the map. 35 seconds out. He might be able to not only cause some damage here, nah, done, but also get his boys across towards the generators. Now, you finally got Boston on the close range chance, but you're within 20 points now of pulling this back.
Yeah, Boston, though, I mean, just desperate maybe to strip away this extra bit of time. And, I mean, again, that could have been a situation. It may still be a situation where LAG, if they're able to collect it, Awakening last man standing, but even he delivers to keep it just a little bit mixier. I mean, we are getting close to a tied-up game. At least Boston has bought themselves a little bit of a cushion. And on this rotation, again, no water routes have been taken. LAG not able to get out of their spawn just yet. So, sort of a moment where they have maybe 1 or 2 good break opportunities, but if Boston are able to get that strong hold, it should be enough for the game.
Had to cross over 200. Boston, plenty of time here. Here comes the approach from LAG. Through the front door we go. Neptune, crazy moves. I don't know how he just sort of hopped, skipped, and jumped over that fence wall. Hook's managed to make his way in on the outside. Nastie's there. Vivid caught in the pinch. Massive work. Kills are there. Nero's got the long line covered over the water hops, and now you're going to try to get in there. Watch out the back. LAG have managed to sneak in. They've managed to get it. Another big win from Neptune. In and out he goes here. And my God, Chance, it is literally back and forth every hill.
And LAG put in the work as well. Neptune doing a great job of playing his life just to, again, strip away this extra bit of time for Boston. It could have been a situation where Breach would have built up a big enough lead, basically to have the guarantee in the back pocket. But LAG did enough to have some fight. They're set up around new, and I think Spark's able to call out at least the player called out across, and he wins the second gunfight as well, and enough to trade Awakening. 4 down right there for LAG. That's the start they need. They got the right side spawns, and again, they still have the fight in them.
Gotta find that magic now. They've cut through mid. They're swimming across the halfway mark, though. It's a 2-man water route now for Boston. Vivid might hit the mid-map. Arsty's has got himself in the top side of the hard point here. Time still ticking. Who's that on the hunt? It looks like Neptune might have the awareness towards that player in the back line. Zinni's just been caught out. Good work from Spark. Neptune wins his fight as well. The defensive line for the next hard point holds. LAG, it's looking up.
That is such a tilt-worthy moment for Boston where everybody's taking different water routes and just like chalking up B one time to try to make the play for the break over towards new, but every single one of them got sniffed out, and now there's no more water routes really available, at least in the short term. Maybe Methodz wants to take the deep one, but I think LAG have been pretty point about reading these. We'll see if they can do it again. Neptune, you know that's his home. It's up to Methodz. He's the last guy to try to make the play, but no, LAG firmly aware. He's going to get caught down, and the collapse might just be in.
Oh my, it was such a costly move. The King of the Seas in 3. Hard point in the hands of LAG. The lead now in the hands of LAG. The number's starting to dwindle though. Spark's trying to hold it down. Trophies are in position. Hook's got the right-hand side covered. You don't have to worry about the pinch for too long. RC's back in it. And this is it. This is for the series. Boston gotta go big, gotta get in there big. Wake the man to get the party started. Hook's on the cross. It's done. It's over. LAG 3-1. Wow, Spark. Hold on, son. It's a family show. He's ruined my picks. GG's. What a crazy series. LAG with the bounce back they sorely needed.
And you say it's a family show, and maybe LAG just adopting 4 players of Boston Breach over to the family, because, I mean, that is a hell of a comeback. I mean, they just suffered one of the worst beatdowns of the year in map number 1.
Yes.
Instantly bounced back on map number 2 with like a dominant 6-1 victory. And I mean, they didn't really slow down. Incredibly clutch in situations that are not easy to clutch from in the control. And I mean, even then in the hard point, they were down by about 100 points again, and just made the run and just hill by hill, just chipping away, constant big plays. I mean, Neptune in the slang, and also Neptune, just moments where like he's just staying alive and being annoying and buy his teammates time to come in and breaks on certain hills. And I mean, that's just efficient work. And also it's the water route. Said if you ain't swimming, you ain't winning. But now maybe too much swimming for Boston Breach. The number of water routes they tried on the final 2 hills just to get picked apart left and right. LAG, I mean, again, silencing the haters, which includes myself, at least after that map 1 that we saw, and putting in some serious work. And it's sort of the tale of 2 different teams, man. The way this year sort of started, Boston Breach started up 2-0. We're thinking, oh man, these guys are looking good, but now a massive question mark going into Raleigh, and LAG, almost the inverse of that, of like the struggles they had early on. Came into the series, bottom team KD for every single game mode. Make the not reverse sweep, but the 3 in a row after that map 1. And now I think have pretty big positive takeaways going into the major, have solidified themselves as a threat.
Got to be feeling fantastic after a performance like that. Boston were touted as one of the better teams coming into the series, coming into the week for that matter. But that is it for the last match of the day. Desk, how are your picks looking?
I'm feeling so good. aBeZy, when did we finish? Was that a power 04 today?
This is cyberbullying, to be honest. I think we should just stop it there.
No, it's very much in person. But that's incredible. LAG and LA Thieves. Something's going down in Los Angeles today, as we now have 8. If my math is correct, 8 teams at 2-2, which would mean that all of our groups have 2 2-2 seeds. Raleigh's going to be insane. But let's talk about this game before we dive too deep in the standings. Game number 4 was Boston Breach's. aBeZy, we were already talking about search in the green room, and then all of a sudden, Neptune and friends battling back, stealing away a 3-1 finish.
I know we're trying to be live, laugh, love this early in the season, but I cannot be live, laugh, love with those final 2 hills on the side of Boston Breach. When that first push to try and make the rotation at P2, giving up P1 completely to LAG, and then losing how much you committed to the rotation, and then still not being able to get out of spawn to break through P1's old time. It was just a big blunder on the side of Boston Breach. You have to say it.
aBeZy, you're spot on. You have to have some pressure towards the hill. They sent, I think it was Nero under the water, through the mid, all the way to the side. He actually gets through. You have Vivid go under the water, trying to chow through mid, and you had Methodz going under the water through the left side bridge. Like, we know that if you're not swimming, you're not winning, but that's a little bit too much there, giving up way too much time. Just a tough loss, man. And then we got to talk about the control. How many offenses did you see? 4 offenses. Nobody on this team is good in the bedroom. We got to be able to hold bedroom, man. It's unacceptable.
Bedroom performances were weak today, aBeZy, unfortunately, though, but we did get a strong performance out of Neptune. In game number 4, it is our Scump play of the game, and we got to hit it right now, because LAG, their stats, not beautiful. After this one, you're going to see a boost to the SMG.
Yeah, no, I will say from the likes of LAG, this game can definitely fall in their favor just for the fact of, you don't need to outplay the other team. This is very much a fundamentally based game when it comes to hardpoint. And it was Neptune always ready for that rotation in water. He was always ready for the player to be where they didn't expect them. And I think that's what really pushed them through this game 4.
Yeah, and he had some really big plays. I thought Chance said it really well. Like, they were down so much. It was Neptune making big play, popping kills in and around the hill, just chipping away at that lead. We saw that big break come in at Generator, and that was sort of just a downfall of it it all throughout the rest of the game there. Boston Breach got a little bit chaotic in what was a pretty comfortable game early on. I thought, you know, they addressed some of the issues that they had on HyDra the first time around versus the New York game. We saw Nero picking up the kills in the water, some good setups, and just a full-on collapse there towards the end.
At the end, you're going to see Neptune dropping the most kills in the lobby, and he's walking away with a 3-1. Take a look at Neptune and Smart, the fist bump. Smart letting the chat know, look out for the Guerrillas. They're here to play. A fun way to end the day, but it's kind of crazy because when we started it, we had kind of a win and in scenario for all of our top seeds coming in. They were sitting at 3-0, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. Chaos across the board. It was the underdogs through and through. Ant, what does that tell you about the league?
The league is so competitive right now.
Yeah.
You know, certain teams are excelling in certain game modes. Today, coming into it, a lot of people would have said Minnesota was going to lock up that #1 seed. They go up against Vegas today. They lose in a 3-1 fashion, and that just sort of sets the tone for the day. Like, the league is so competitive. This event's going to be insane.
Now, we have our admins crunching all the numbers, doing all the tiebreakers, but I've asked for the standings as quick as we could get them. They might move a little bit depending on how all the tiebreakers go down, but looking at this, you got Minnesota Røkkr and Toronto Ultra, the only teams at 3-1. Boston Breach 2-2 joining FaZe, Thieves, OpTic, Royal Ravens, Subliners, Guerrillas, and Mutineers. aLLeY, this is insane.
This is insane. We thought last year I would go about how close the competition is. Somehow we moved into this year getting even closer.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ant.
I was going to say, as it stands right now, we got Minnesota Røkkr, New York Subliners, and LAG on a group together. I'm assuming that whole middle part, the 2-2, is going to be shaken up.
It's going to get weird. And I just heard something. Thieves and London Royal Ravens are actually in a true tie after all of the tiebreakers are going on. So what does that mean, League? We're going to have a bonus match before this whole thing kicks off. They're going to have to play for the seed.
Wait, really?
Before we head into the Raleigh groups. That's going down at a later date. Not tonight. Don't worry. You can enjoy Sunday Night Football. But what a crazy day. aLLeY, were you ever thinking this was a possibility going into Raleigh, our first major?
Not to this extent. Definitely not to this extent. I thought maybe a couple teams, but to this extent, having 8 tiebreakers and now a bonus match, absolutely not.
Well, we got a very special guest joining us right now. I got to get his thoughts on the Chaos Arcties. It's great to see you with another LAG win. Congratulations on the dub. Can you tell me a little bit about your thoughts now, seeing that there's 8 teams tied at 2-2 going into Raleigh?
Pretty much everyone sucks. I mean, dude, like, we got 60-point club, but that's just because we felt bad for them. We wanted like to get that feel like first seed and just like rip that away.
Facts.
Yeah,
I just pissed excellence in the morning, and that's what it showed. And nameless. Hold on. I'm not bad in the bed, bro. Don't ever get that twisted. Okay? Don't.
Listen, I mean, I was more so talking about the Boston side of things, but it was a crazy performance. I also do have
they're terrible at the bed. Yeah.
I have a question for you, aLLeY. Coming from FaZe, you know, best team in the game for multiple years, and you guys, you know, second all year last year. How has the adjustment been, like being on a team with some players who, you know, you got to learn how to, you know, get to that championship level once again? How's it been trying to guide these guys?
I mean, it's definitely a learning curve. Like, I was on that team for a couple of years, and like playing the same hardpoint game over and over and over for a couple of years is like, and going to a different teams, like I'm trying to like tell them like I want to do this, they're trying to tell me this, and it's like obviously like in a few hard points like that hotel has showed like we're not on the same page sometimes, but we still have a long year, so hopefully we could mesh well.
Wow. This is still 2-2 is still better than 1-3. So congratulations on your win.
2, right?
It's 2. It's still 2-2.
I'm tied with everyone else in the league, pretty much, though, right?
So,
like I said, terrible.
So everybody's terrible instead of good, our city says. But I do want to ask you about the control. It was 4 offenses back to back to back. Is that something that happens to you guys in scrims, or was that truly just something that was pulled out of you guys during this matchup?
I mean, the last couple of days we haven't even got a defense or offense. So I mean, our defense isn't the best right now, but we're working on it. And obviously, we put more pieces together. We said like we got to pick up this more like in that last defense, and it came. Thank God we won it.
Yeah, for sure.
There's still a lot of work to do in the game, but let's talk about the event itself. We're all going down to Raleigh. We've got the Code Bowl. We've got Call of Duty Mobile's World Championship in person for the first time. But for you, a guy who's been on multiple teams playing with a number of pro players that are still in the CDL, who are you most excited to see in person? Who will you be hanging out with?
I'm not hanging out with him, but like I'm excited to see Tyler. Like he knows where I'm gonna be. I'm kidding. Please don't roast me again. Please don't. No, I'm excited to be back on lane. It's been a while. I'm excited to be back on lane in like purple instead of red. Like
facts. Listen,
it's all different. Like I just love competing, and I can't wait to get there.
Alec, listen, can you please give the community some context of the beef between you and Tyler, aBeZy? How bad do you want to beat this guy when you match up with him?
Yeah, so like at the end of the last season, like we got second, and he saw me and him were just walking. He just randomly pushed me over the curb and said, "You are dropped. Like you suck." And now I'm here, and I want my revenge.
He tried to physically drop you?
That's after just getting smoked by Thieves too.
After getting smoked by
Thieves,
pushed me over.
Is a 4'11" kid pushed you over?
Yo, wait! Don't get it twisted. He has a lot of anger in him.
We're gonna drop it there, guys. We're gonna keep it PC here. Alec, much love. The chat loves seeing you as always. For anyone who is now turning into an LAG fan, because you're turning a lot of people over to the West Coast, what do you want to say to the new folks cheering you on?
Thank you for the people that supported me on FaZe. Every team I've been on. Thank you for showing support here. Thank you for not showing support, even though. I mean, things happen. I'm just excited to keep staying in the COD League and proving who I am.
Hey, man, don't roast us. We're just here, being who we are. We love you,
Hey, man,
Alec.
we're
Much
here.
love, buddy.
Okay, go.
Keep working on that bedroom action. We'll see you back in the hotel soon enough next week in Raleigh.
Oh, yes, you will.
That is the great Arsenys. LAG finishes week 2-2-2, and here's the rest of our standings. How do we still have jobs? I love it. Røkkr 3-1, Ultra 3-1, and there you can see the chaos. Atlanta FaZe, Boston Breach currently into 3 and 4 seeds. You're gonna have the Thieves, London now 5 and 6, playing for that 5th seed in that bonus match.
I gotta see the bracket because I think it's 2, 7, and 10.
Let me help you. Let me help you, Nameless. We got 16 teams, and here is the first one. Your number 1 seed belongs to the Minnesota Røkkr. They're going to get the 4th seeded Challenger squad, as well as the LA Guerrillas and the Subliners. A spicy first round matchup there. In our Group B, let's keep it moving and showing you what else is happening. We've got Ultra.
Oh, no,
OpTic and Florida.
Listen, there's some context here. Florida is the OpTic Devils. I'm telling you, it's their land rival. That match 1 is going to get spicy.
Group B, chaos. Group C, is this okay? Are we all right with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
If you're Seattle Surge, are you hoping for Thieves or London?
I mean, honestly, probably Thieves, actually. London have looked pretty scary, especially in Search and Destroy, so.
Isn't this our Final Four from like one of the majors last year? Yeah. This is like one of our Final Four from one of the majors last year.
I got great news. Only 2 of you get out. Okay, and let's keep it moving on to Group D. 16 teams once again. Your final 3 from the CDL. It'll be either the LA Thieves or the London Royal Ravens. Vegas Legion, who got their first W today, and Boston Breach, who could have had that 2 seed, but unable to get the job done today, slide down to number 4 and will find themselves taking on the top challengers team in the opening round.
I just gotta say, as like, you know, the pro team that gets that group for Boston Breach, that's the trap game. You're playing a team like you're coming in cold, your first match going up against a challengers team that has been through the online gauntlet and then comes out first seed from the play-in tournament with that LAN practice. You better bring your A game.
There we go. I'm going to put an end to week 2 right here. Shout out to everyone in the chat, but make sure you're tuning into the esports awards. I know Allie's flying out there. I know you guys are going to be cheering on a lot of our CDL favorites. Chance and Miles up for some awards as well. Allie, any final thoughts before we go?
See you guys in Raleigh.
There we go. Raleigh's coming up. Join us December 15th to the 18th. Get your tickets right now. CallOfDutyLeague.com. We'll see you there.